You say it right up front at the beginning of your conference call. You say that this means cybersecurity has attained a status as a fundamental imperative for every company and organization in the world, and that this paradigm shift is not abating. What does this mean for major corporations that have not upgraded, that have not taken a Palo Alto-like approach?
I think it's a couple things are obvious. One is what I was mentioning there is security's, I call it a fabric item now, and everything in technology and decision-making for risk. So everybody has to pay attention to it and figure out what to do with it. And it's also very obvious right now that the legacy approaches are failing miserably. You just pick up the paper that's failing left and right. And what we're seeing then is customers around the world saying there has to be something better than this, something different, a next generation enterprise security platform, which Palo Alto has. And I think that's why we're doing so well.
Mark, when I look at the actual sales, and I think you're going to be $1 billion faster than almost any company I know, maybe the exception of Salesforce, I get worried. I get worried because if you're only doing $1 billion, that means there must be a lot of institutions, a lot of banks, a lot of retailers not upgrading yet.
Well, I think that it's an evolutionary process, right? You can have a revolutionary technology like we have, but in the enterprise market, things tend to move relatively slow in an evolutionary process. Our journey here has been about a decade, and it's got decades to go. We've got about 6 or 7% market share, so we have, call it 93, 94% of the world still in front of us. But we are seeing those institutions and enterprises starting to, I'll call it, upgrade to advanced security faster.
All right, Mark, you mentioned several times, actually 3 times, that Check Point Cisco lost business to you. Have you lost any business to Check Point or Cisco?
Not that I'm aware of. It's been very consistent, as you can just see from our numbers using Check Point, for example, or even Cisco. In any given quarter, we're growing 5 to 8 times faster every single quarter. So I think it's pretty obvious which way the market share is going.
And the verticals, I hear retail in this, banking. Who are the companies that recognize that, geez, you know what, we have not focused on this, we've got to? And I say that because we know Target, we know Home Depot. I do not want to be with a provider who does not have yours, or at least your Palo Alto security system.
Well, I think what we're seeing in our own business is that, you noted we're well over $1 billion in sales right now. But when we look at it on a vertical basis, no vertical represents more than 13% of our revenue. So we're very well diversified across geographies and verticals. And what that tells me is that every vertical in the world is recognizing the need for the advanced security that we provide.
Well, Mark, I want to thank you, and I also want to thank you for putting Cybersecurity for Dummies, which I downloaded last night so I could do this interview, so I know what a persistent threat really is. Your stock's going to go higher eventually. Great to see you, Mark McLaughlin. Really terrific that you came on our show.
Hey YouTube fans, I'm Landon Dowdy from CNBC. Thank you so much for checking out our channel. You can subscribe by clicking right here to check out the latest Mad Money CEO interviews, market news, financial advice, and product unboxing. Enjoy!